What's going on, crime fighters? It's your boy Knights,
And I'm Logan.
and welcome back to the Film Cave, your one-stop shop to any and all things film and into motherfucking payment.
With a little bit extra from that and me.
Right. So we have a good show today. One that I'm pretty sure will, spark some debate, some battle, some version in you and I. Not hint, hint, boom, boom, foreshadow. But other than that, guys, thank you for joining us on this latest episode. This is episode, 8, right?
Yeah, seven or 8? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 7 or 8. This happens when you get old, kids. Get ready for it.
Here we go.
Exactly. But before we get into everything, guys, consider subscribing.
Yeah.
If you want to get caught up to all of this goodness and much more in the future to come, which looks very promising, hit the notification bell, hit that subscribe button. Make sure to go follow Logan Swish's channel as well.
Thank you.
Of course. Because if you want high quality content, you want unique content, you want original content, it's the spot for you. So consider.
Yeah, stick around, guys.
Right. Just for a little bit. All right. So for those of you who are new, me and Logan, we're pretty high standard nerds. We agree, we disagree, we love to talk about anything and all that involves film. But sometimes we like to branch outside of the world of film and get a little, nerdy with some other shit. Sometimes film may still be involved. Sometimes we may, spread out a little bit for what we call Out There in the World. A lovely little segment we have here on the show. So, Logan, do you have anything you would like to, as tradition, start us off?
Well,
what do you have?
Since I know you somewhat personally, I already know the answer to this question, but, I thought, we now know who's going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you son of a bitch. That was going to be one of mine.
And I was just going to get your thoughts, just see, if you wanted to just spread your word on what you're feeling.
Tom motherfucking Brady! That's what I'm feeling. Number 10. 10, motherfuckers. 43 in my ass cheeks. Those of you who doubted, don't doubt the Iron Man. That's what he is. Tom Brady is Iron Man. NFL's Iron Man. Just won't break the fuck down, won't stop. The man is just a GOAT. He is just all-time great. All of you motherfuckers that just doubted him, I know you're mad right now. Because all the hate and this, because he's so great, you're tired of seeing him in the Super Bowl and all that good shit. Yeah, wow, boo, fuckity who. He's in there again. His first year with the Buccaneers, no training, no camp, no none of that. Just made it work because I'm Tom Brady.
Yeah. And
it's also good. But now he's going against that curly-headed fuck. God damn. That's dangerous. That is Patrick Mahomes is dangerous.
Yeah, he's real.
He is. Hopefully we'll get a little tweak in the toe again or something. No, I'm playing. I wish all health. It's definitely going to be a good one. We need our revenge for when he took us out the first time. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm very excited, very happy.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's I am a Aaron Rodgers fan. I just like him as a person, but they were hot garbage. But what I think is funny, what I want to go ha about is how you're so Tom Brady, but the absolute mirror version of him in the NBA, LeBron James, you despise. He hand chooses what team he thinks looks good for him, goes there and fucking goes to the Super Bowl. It's exactly what LeBron did. Then you call him a bitch for it, but I probably.
Whoa! I've never said that. Called him a bitch for going.
You've called him everything else.
No. Here's the okay. Goddamn.
I forget. You have to change your argument because KD did the same thing. That's besides the point. I'll be rooting.
Don't change, motherfucker. I'm just saying, keep the same energy. That's all I said.
I'll be rooting for Patrick Mahomes here. because my girl actually played soccer with his wife so she knows him personally, which is pretty wild. But
I'm like, hey,
well, that's the thing is his wife is a fucking disaster of a human being. She despises her, but she was crazy.
I mean,
and yeah, she was wild. But it's always funny to hear her talk about Patrick Mahomes because he'd come to the games and she was like, he was so weird and goofy. She was like, I don't know, like he does not act like he's good at anything, but he could have gone pro in baseball like his dad did or football, and he chose football, and now he is making so much bank. It's not even funny.
Right.
But
500 mil looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it's wild. But I will be going for him just because of that, and it's kind of cool to like he's my age. He might be younger than me, and he's just dominating. And so I just think the matchup's going to be awesome because it's literally the GOAT in his later years, still the GOAT, versus the new kid, literally the new kid that's like chopping at the throne. So I mean, I think it's really, really cool, and I like that storyline much more than if Aaron Rodgers made it, because I do think Aaron Rodgers is like second or third on the GOAT list, but it's such a gap to from Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady is the obvious GOAT. So it's going to be a cool, fun game, I think, and I'm excited to see what happens for sure.
Yeah, if this is like an official kind of Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Almost if Patrick beats Tom, this will be like a passing of the torch. It's like, okay, this is like the next stage of quarterback that's just like fucking great. I remember Mahomes and God, what's his name? Jackson. Is that it? Ravens? The quarterback
Lamar?
for Ravens. Yeah, Lamar. Yeah. They were like going neck and neck, but then Lamar's kind of like, and Patrick just fucking ran.
Yeah.
So if he beats him, I'm not saying he will, but it's a high ass probability. This is going to be a game.
It's going to be a game, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Packers was a game, but just Aaron Rodgers choked and fucked it up, and Matt LaFleur, as Stephen A would say, fucked that up too.
That's the thing. I don't even put it on Aaron Rodgers. I put it on LaFleur for sure.
For like the overall encompassing shit, like he made the play that was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Just hearing Aaron Rodgers talk about the decision to kick that field goal, and like I saw a stat that said that exact scenario with that like around the same amount of time on the clock has happened 115 times, and the team has chosen to kick a field goal 3 times. And it's like that. It's the stupidest decision whatsoever, because like even Aaron said, if I had known we were going to kick a field goal if we didn't get third down, I would have just ran it in. He's like, but I didn't want to get hurt, and so he's like, I figured we go on 4th down, do a guaranteed touchdown play, and tie it up. And so it was interesting, and I feel bad for Aaron because I do think he's played his best football, but he's going to start going down because he's getting old as well. And so I feel bad for him, but I like Aaron because he was that guy that got drafted to Brett Favre's team, and took what Brett Favre gave him, and then really like went over. Did better than I think Brett did. So pretty cool to see. But I like this Super Bowl storyline for sure. And also, Tampa Bay, first team ever to play in their home stadium. And it's the first year ever that it doesn't fucking matter because you have to be 6 feet away and there's going to be nobody in those goddamn seats. So that really sucks. That sucks so bad. But
history is being made very quietly.
That is exactly right. History is made as quiet as it possibly could be. So it's going to be a crazy event, and I'm very interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah, same. I'm very excited. February 7th, who y'all got? Put in the comment sections below who y'all rooting for. If y'all have Tom Brady hate, it's fine. It's welcome. I'm ready to go with you. What's up? But if you want to have a cordial conversation and spare yourself, we can do that. Let them know in the comment sections below, guys. All right. Onward to the next story, because I can talk about this shit all day. So, Mr. Hart is still continuing his almost inhuman-like ability to just fucking hustle and just constantly just pushing shit
It's
out.
working.
Yes, so it's been officially announced that he is in the Borderlands film with Cate fucking Blanchett. That I did not know.
No,
I was
me
like,
either.
wait.
Is that confirmed?
I was like, what? Yeah, him and
Oh my
Cate Blanchett.
That's wild.
I'm like, wait, when? How? I didn't even know
Yeah.
she's attached. Because the only thing you heard was Kevin Hart, Borderlands.
Yeah. Are
I'd
you
have
right?
Cate Blanchett. I'm like, holy fuck,
Yeah, they're
what?
going out.
And apparently this is going to show a side of Kevin that fans and nobody has seen before. So
Yeah.
I'm like, that gets me very excited.
Most definitely.
Very, very excited. And plus him and Cate Blanchett, like, come, Kate, first of all, Cate Blanchett's fine ass. You put her in anything, I don't care. I am there.
Yeah.
One of the greatest actresses of like our fucking generation. So yeah, anything she touches is just gold. So I'm here for it. I think I may have an idea what character she may play. Just looking at Borderland games and its overall aesthetic and where she could fit, I may have an idea, but I don't think they announced who she's playing, right?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think you see it in there?
I can look. Let's see here. Nope, nothing.
Nope. Okay.
Which is interesting, but you know, I guess we're a while away from it, so they can have a few
Oh yeah, that's gonna take some time.
reveals.
Yeah, and I think if those two are headlining this, I can only imagine the rest of the cast that they'll eventually announce. That makes me very excited, actually, for the possibilities of that.
Yeah, most
But-
definitely.
We'll see. Keep it, keep the aesthetic of the game, keep it live, keep it funny as hell, keep it brutal as hell, just all out there,
Yeah.
just quirkiness. This can be kind of like a Bizarro Mad Max
Right.
type.
No,
type film.
exactly. I definitely.
yeah.
It's funny because it's the humor of like going after Kevin Hart and him. I like how he's like, this is going to be something different than you've ever seen me do, but also
Right.
it's not even necessarily the comedic aspect. There's comedic moments, but you have to be, you have to hit the timing, and that's
Right.
where a comedic actor comes in. And Kevin Hart is the best comedic actor, comedian turned actor that we've got in working today. And so
Right.
I think it makes total sense to bring him in here. And the cat, I mean, you can't not get excited for what they're already bringing on. And
Right.
and so and also if you do one other big name, and then you could even cast like main character, bring in somebody new that nobody really knows and make him
yeah.
a star. I mean, so I like when they start rounding out the cast, but then have the main guy be something brand new if you wanted to, and it could work out pretty well.
No, wholeheartedly. Like this has a great chance, a very great chance, to be the best video game movie we had up to recent
Yeah.
memory. This could, hey, fingers crossed. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because have we had a great video
No.
game film yet? We haven't yet, right?
No, not really.
I'm trying to think. Like we had good. Like that's not bad, but
Right.
I don't think we've had great.
I mean, what have we had? We've had when I think
so
of
many.
throwing the most budget at it, I think of like Warcraft.
Yeah, Warcraft, Assassin's Creed, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Not counting the new one, what remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen for sure.
Mario Brothers and yeah, I know.
I mean,
Resident Evil.
Yeah, right. We've got Uncharted coming. We've got
That's right. Which
So-
I'm still not really.
I'm not excited for that either because Naughty Dog is not involved in Uncharted, and that pisses me off so much.
Right.
So
And The
I
Last
hate
of Us is
that,
going to be a series, right? Not a
HBO
movie.
series, yeah.
Right.
Which I love that. I love that for that.
Yeah,
Um,
that
I
needs
think-
to be a series. Yeah,
I think Uncharted could have done that too. Have
that's a lot of budget for a TV show, though.
it is. It'd be interesting, but I'm fully expecting. We haven't even seen anything from it, but I'm expecting Mortal Kombat to take the crown that's not very hard to
Are
take
you?
currently. Yeah. What is it going to take it from? I mean, it's not hard. So I'm hoping that it's good enough to take it. But then, yeah, something like Borderlands is one that not a lot of people know about in terms of, it's not as big as Mortal Kombat.
And so, a strong cult following, though.
Right. And so this is your chance to say, we're going to make a great movie. People aren't even going to know it's from a video game, and it'll take that crown and run with it, for multiple movies, So
and then those video game sales are going to fucking... People are going to go back, what's Borderlands? And look it up. Oh, it's a game.
Yeah.
Skyrocket.
I know. I can, because I've never actually played through the games myself. I've only watched people play them. So I can already see, the month that this movie's coming out, I'll be live streaming for the first time. I'll expect, it's like, it's gonna be awesome, man. So,
dude, the games are so much fun. Like, they're awesome, dude. I love it. If they bring in Handsome Jack, oh my god, I know that's later in the series, but you can start off. I don't know, but it's awesome. But all right, speaking of
the segue.
Right, just speaking of video game movies, Tomb Raider. Okay, well, let me finish it. Tomb Raider 2 has found its director is it Misha Green or Nisha Green?
Misha
Green, who is relatively new. She's directed a few episodes of TV. She's done Lovecraft Country. She's done Underground and a few other things like that. So very pro-black material, which is great, which is awesome. But it makes me curious of what they saw in those things, what kind of story they're going on to pick a director of that caliber and genre to pull over the Tomb Raider, which makes me excited. So I'm like, I'm just curious. I'm like, okay, cool. Because there's a lot of, in those shows that she's done, there's a lot of character build, there's a lot of story, there's a lot of dramatic elements, there's a lot of focus on characters and situations and growth and things like that. So that makes me excited of what kind of story they could tell for Tomb Raider going forward. Hone it in a little bit, plus with the action and all that good shit. So yeah, I know you haven't seen the first Tomb Raider. I actually own it on DVD. I really liked Tomb Raider. Actually, that's one of my favorite video game movie adaptations to date so far.
Sweet.
Alicia Vikander, I mean, it's Alicia Vikander.
I know. She's fantastic.
That's locking me in automatic.
Yeah.
And then she got super duper stupid Shredder for this movie. I was like, holy hell, I'm seeing things in her body I didn't even know existed within the human body. So I'm like, okay, cool. She kicks a lot of ass. It's heavily tied to the recent Tomb Raider games. It's not, the old ones and back in the day. Very real, very hyper realistic, very grounded. And it was a lot of fun. I dug it. It was very quiet. Didn't make didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it did a little something. And I've seen a lot more positive things for it than negative. In terms of overall film and where it stands amongst that genre of film.
Yeah.
But Alicia knocked it out of the park. And I can't wait till she does with the second one, given how the first one ends. But what do you think? Obviously not too much, but you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it's when it was coming out, I remember people saying, hey, it's good. And it was like, it's watchable and it's great compared to other video game movies. And so, it was when I don't think the trailers really got me. And I was like, it looks relatively okay, but I just never took the time to watch it. But when it comes to this choice of a director, it makes me think of someone like Chloe Zhao for the Eternals or something with Marvel. Like, I'm guessing Misha Green, got a meeting and she had a pitch for a Tomb Raider movie and they said, great, let's go ahead and go for that. And that gets me excited because it's such a, out there pick. No one really knows her, that she had to have a good pitch. That this movie, I feel like just off the pick tells me it's going to be good at minimum, because they're not going to say, like, they could have never made another Tomb Raider in this franchise with Alicia Vikander, and it would have been fine. It would have made sense even, So the fact that they're going back in, makes me think, hey, we at least have a guaranteed good film, and let's go ahead and try to make some money this time. And
Right.
And so that I would guess that her pitch probably had a relatively low budget involved compared to other things, but no, it gets me excited, and your words make me want to check out the first one for sure, because it is Alicia Vikander's phenomenal,
Oh yeah.
and everything I heard was like she is going 100%. It's just I do think it
Fully committed.
yeah, and I do think it's one of those things where the studio probably was like, hey, we're not trying to knock this thing out of the park. Let's just try to get something good on the screen. And
Right.
now that they've done that, let's build off that, and let's not play it safe. Let's go ahead and let's make a great movie here. So I'm excited for sure with the pick of Misha Green. I think that should give you something to think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential here to expand this universe and make it better.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? What I loved about the first one is, speaking of Uncharted, this was the most Uncharted-like film in terms of scope and action
Yeah.
than even what we got so far in terms of this is the close to Uncharted the film that we've had.
Yeah.
With this, just by the action, it's like very stylized, it's very cinematic, it's very in your face, like, oh shit, but you're a part of it, which I love. So I hope they do more of that. And the second one obviously amped up a little bit more. So yeah, I'm excited.
Sure.
So, Miss Vikander, what do you got? You got me. I'm here for it all the way. All right. So anything else you want to add, good sir? Anything else on your mind?
Just real quick, we did have I know you don't care, but we had the first full trailer for Raya and the Last Dragon from Disney. And the thing about it, I don't know if you heard about this, but they had a cut of this movie that the director was like, it would have been R-rated if they hadn't made us cut out some stuff. And and the first trailer, the second one really doesn't show off enough action, I think, but the first teaser trailer, the action was insane. I mean, it looked awesome.
First one?
So yeah, there was a teaser, and then this is the first full trailer, and I like the first teaser better. But I think I'm excited for the world that we're getting, the action. Obviously, I will admit Awkwafina plays the Last Dragon. This is the first time we've seen or heard her, and I am not into it so far. And I mean, it's okay, but
yeah, that seems weird.
Well, it's obviously it's Raya and the Last Dragon, so the Last Dragon's kind of the catalyst of the story.
Right.
Everybody's trying to go find the Last Dragon, and if you haven't seen the trailer yet, if you're watching, she literally does a spell. She finds the Last Dragon. Obviously, she does a spell, and the Last Dragon's she comes out, and Raya's like, "Hey, I need your help," and she's like, "I don't know if I'm the dragon for that. I'm kind of inexperienced," and it's like, okay, it immediately played off a joke. And then she makes a joke about group projects and how you always have a team of people that don't do it and you have to do it. And she's like, I'm kind of like that, but I'm the people that don't do it. And it's like, aren't you an ancient dragon? It's like, why are you telling group project jokes? So it was off-putting, to be honest. But in the context of the movie, it could work beautifully. But as of right now, I'm more just excited for the action because Raya looks like a badass. It's really cool to see. I mean, she's confident. She looks mean, and so I'm excited for sure. And the animation, obviously, is just insane. I mean, we just had Frozen 2, which was unbelievably good looking, and now this seems to be on top of that as well. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of point that out because it looks really cool. Colors are there. I mean, it's a beautiful looking movie, so I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, it's maybe I should say maybe I don't care is a little harsh, but it's just it's not on my radar. It's something that really holds interest. Maybe that could change, but I doubt it. I will say the cast is amazing. I will say that the cast is great. If you would have kept the shit rated R, I'd be a lot more invested. Okay, cool.
Right.
Different. Got it. Heard you. Shooting for the stars.
Coming from Disney.
Right. Hey, star.
Yeah.
So and you tell me the Awkwafina, that just sounds weird just by you saying it, because when I think of her, she really doesn't have. She has a very unique voice, one that's very of her own.
Yeah.
And to play like a mythical, like fucking dragon of like scale, and to hear her voice come, it doesn't really mesh in my head. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But
and here's the other thing too. I'm excited for this, but they've announced that it's a theatrical release and a premiere access on Disney Plus release.
Yes, it is.
So you'll have to pay $30 if you want to rent it on Disney Plus. And I would never in a million years do that.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna go see it in a theater. For 2 IMAX tickets, it'll be $22.
Some bitch.
And I will see that. I'm not gonna pay $30 to see it on my TV at home. I don't think it looks that good.
Whenever a big movie comes out, I'm just gonna fly my ass to Texas, and we just gonna.
I mean, I got a bedroom. I got an extra bedroom. Come on.
We're just gonna go, man. I'm like, this is bullshit.
I'm right there with you. I think something we're gonna talk about a little later. I mean, might need to catch a quick flight here in about a month and a half. Yeah. Well, I guess 2 months, almost about 2 months on the dot.
2 months, yeah. But yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I guess I'm happy for Kelly Marie Tran. Good for her.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm really, 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 really happy for her because she took a lot of shit for The Last Jedi, and her career kind of went just for a little bit ever since then. But I'm glad she's really getting this, and I hope she bounces back because bitch ass Star Wars fucking fans, not the true Star Wars fans that really love the material, understand what it is, and just all wholeheartedly in it. The bitch ass ones that want to make race an issue, because a character fucking annoys you,
right?
And because you understand the context of a fucking film or masterpiece. I'm not gonna start.
Well,
bring me back.
We could go on for that for a hot minute too.
Bring me. I'm sorry, Kelly, and I'm glad. I hope this takes you, just skyrockets you. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, Lord have mercy. Well, on a lighter note, hey, if you got this far, on playback, because we're not yet live yet, really soon. Yes, we're getting close to that date, and I'm very excited for that, actually. Hit that subscribe button if you made it this far. If you like if you like the conversation, if you like the debate, if you like what you're hearing so far, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell down there to be reminded whenever the Film Cave is up and live on the channel, as well as, like I said, any other content we may bring your way. 2021 looks promising, guys. Stick around for it. We're looking for new crime fighters every single damn day.
Hell yeah.
Yes. So, be a part of that. Be a part of the fun. You're part of a movement. Let's go. All right. So, that's going to do it for our Out There in the World segment. Thank you all for sticking around for that. And like I said, if you have anything else you want to talk about, please keep the conversation going in the comment sections below. And me and Logan definitely will do our best to chime in and, chit chat with you all. All right. So let's start getting into our, I was about to say headlines, just headline. Okay. As we all know, WandaVision was Friday. And boy, oh boy.
Oh man.
Was it an episode? Was it not? What a lovely pair. Yes, oh my god, this episode was, wow. First of all, I love this episode. This is by far my favorite one so far out of the series or the season. I love the aesthetics of, what is this technically, the 70s?
Yeah, Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch. It was very Brady Bunch. Even to the fucking house design, I was like, "That's very Brady."
They actually it's almost exactly the Brady Bunch house, but some things are just moved around a little bit.
The power of Marvel and Disney. But yes, we got a lot more questions. We got some things kind of answered a little bit, but we dive deep in this episode. Shit starts getting really weird. This episode, of course, we're introduced to the twins. We're seeing how Wanda and Vision are adapting to that as well. We find out some shit about, apparently, as we all thought, Wanda and Vision aren't the only ones kind of trapped in this realm, this reality, what have you. Even down to the doctors, like, listen, we're just gonna go on vacation. We just can't leave this motherfucker. These towns are just so hard to just escape. His word. Like there was a lot of Easter droppings. I'm like, whoa, what does this mean? Like,
Yeah.
The last 10 minutes of this episode was some of the most fucking intense
suspense, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck is happening?
I know.
Like,
yeah.
Oh my god! Like, minute Monica shows up, or Gwendolyn. What is it? Gwendolyn? Not Gwendolyn. Geraldine.
Yeah. Geraldine.
I said Gwendolyn. God damn it. Well, I just keep calling her Monica. That's who she is. Minute
I
Monica.
know. Yeah.
Shit just gets real. Which she is amazing in this episode.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
I love that actress.
Yeah.
Tiana Paris.
Tiana Paris. I'm gonna say Teresa. Jesus, what's up with me today? She absolutely killed it. Like, she played that back in the day, that 70s, black friend that's just very out there, jolly and happy.
Yeah.
Like, she played all that to the T. Like, she played the black neighbor, the friend, perfectly. They encapsulated so much. I love that. We got to meet a fucking stork. It was amazing. And Wanda, Elizabeth Olsen, this woman, so many levels.
I know, the range.
Sides that yes.
Yeah.
Average went from like hokey, like, ooh, oh, vision, oh my god. So, I'm giving birth, oh my god.
Also, she's just mean.
Motherfucker, when I tell you, when that face switched,
yeah,
I was
yeah, it's like that. That's when you go like, oh my god, what is about to happen? Because I mean, she could go off, and she was pretty tame actually for what she could have done. So
yeah, and I love the nod, to Pedro, Quicksilver.
Oh my god, so cool, man.
Monica with the whole, he was killed by Ultron. I was like, bitch, like, what are you doing?
yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you doing? And Agnes and Herb, in the house next door, being all crazy, grilling Vision about, Monica, and Herb almost started to break. He was like, well, she's here because we're all, I was like, shut the fuck up. Look, what are you doing? I'm like, well, no, let him say it. What's up? Why? What are you? What? So I was like, this put me through so much. Like, it was truly amazing. And then at the end, that whole creep shot when Vision came back in and checked with Wanda, and that shit was just silent. And they're like,
yeah, she kind of smirks. Oh man,
she's gone, sweetie. She had to leave. I was like, oh my god. And the aspect ratio changed. I was like, And the next thing you know, boom, Monica's getting shot out of that reality like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
All these SWORD agents and helicopters and trucks just come on and, right on over her. That sounds crazy, but it's just, y'all know what I'm talking about. And we pan out, and then you see, I don't know if it's they're projecting it or they're protecting something. I don't know what those things. I just don't know. Like, they just showed this whole facility. So yeah, I'm rambling. Let me talk to me. Let's talk about it.
Well, so what I will say is I actually think, in terms of enjoyment for the whole episode, I thought episode 2 was more fun. With the magic show and stuff. This episode, a lot more, suspense. I'm worried. I'm sitting there, and even some of the camp, like there were some things where, like, when she starts having a contraction and the house starts going crazy, they overplayed it a lot, and I was like, okay, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I don't think this is as funny as like the crowd thinks. Like, that's kind of the whole point, is like that crowd is not actually there. Like, it's just a laugh track. But what I love about this episode is I think that this is the true, like, the first 3 episodes are WandaVision. They are episodes of Wanda and Vision as a TV series. Yeah. Now we're getting what Wanda and Vision, what's happening. We're about to start that. So this episode gives us more questions than answers, but it leads us into many answers. And even the cast has kind of said, hey, episodes 4 is when it really gets crazy, and where you'll start learning things. And because the real question here, like, first of all, talking to my boss is so funny, because he's like, he comes in, he's like, what the hell is happening? And he's like, he starts listening to things. He's like, so he's talking about Herb and Agatha, and he's like, the people there are actors. He's like, they're acting because you can see that he's about to tell Vision what's up. And she says, no, let's not. And then they start acting again. And I'm like, but that's the thing is, you got to remember at the beginning, he's sitting there cutting through the fucking brick. Like, that's not, he's not in control of that. So is he acting? Like, is he fully aware of what's going on and playing along? Or is he, kind of trying to break through? Like, I think it's more so, I don't think he's fully aware. I think people are trapped. And they're kind of aware that they're trapped, but also if Wanda shows up, she can kind of give off vibes that force them to kind of become, hey, I'm Herb, I'm in the 70s, let's go, And because that's what I think is so funny is they keep doing it where some shit goes down and then the people just kind of flip back to normal. And like Herb was literally like about to tell Vision something, and then he's like, catch you on the flip side. And it's like, what the hell, man? Like, and then when it comes to Monica Rambeau, it's like, okay, is she, because they're talking about she doesn't have a home, she's not from here, whatever.
No family, no. And she's an intergalactic badass. That's why.
Well, so the thing is, obviously she's got the sword logo. She's a sword agent. But the question is, was she sent in by sword? Which I think is probable, because if she doesn't have a house in this world and whatever. But then also, is she fully aware? And she's trying, because what it kind of seemed like is Wanda brings up Pietro. And it seems like Monica says, this is my chance. This is my first opportunity. I'm going to try to break Wanda out of this. So I'm going to bring in some more real life shit. And I'm going to say, he was killed by Ultron, wasn't he? And as soon as Wanda's like, the hell did you just say? She's like, nothing. Like, what's up? Like, and she's like, let's just go back.
Strong woman.
Let's go back to the show. And, and Wanda's like, nah, you got to get out of here. I don't like what you just did. Like, and so it seems like she might have been a probe to like, hey, try to break her out of this. But then also, is it the question of, was she sent in there and then she actually forgets and she is a part of it, and then things kind of start clicking? So we're going to get a lot of answers, I think, in the next episode, because we finally get the outside perspective. So we'll even probably get what was the cause of this, the origin of what we're seeing. Because I think Wanda has taken over Westview as a town, and there's a force field around it that you have to walk in, and I think that they've just got lights all around it to kind of say, here's our location. They've kind of got it surrounded with lights. But I don't.
Very much like a TV static thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
But it is very, very interesting, this episode, and the twins, the things that I'm seeing when it comes to the twins. Because the first thing I saw that was interesting was, what if Mephisto, who's supposed to be possibly the main bad guy, what if he in every episode is just showing up as a different animal? And so they were like, in the first episode, he's the lobster that almost gets cooked and doesn't. Second episode, he's the rabbit from Agatha. And then the third episode, he shows up as a stork. And I was like, ooh, I kind of like this. But then what someone else said that was interesting was, she's got the twins in her belly at the time of the stork. But one of the twins, what happens in the comics at least, is one of the twins has her powers.
Yeah.
And
super speed.
Yeah, and so they were saying that might be her son in her belly making that stork, and so that's why her powers aren't working on it, because it's his, it's not hers.
Just like the butterflies.
Right. And so I'm like,
I didn't mean to do that. No,
yeah. So I mean, what I like about this episode is things are kind of starting to break down. Yeah. And it's really, really fun to see that. We have no answers, which is what I really want. But I think this week is the week to get like
start trickling in and shit. Yeah.
And also this is the week, I think, for someone, if you're watching this that you haven't watched the episodes yet, go ahead and just watch the first 3 and get ready for this week, because I think this is when you're really going to get hooked. Because we're gonna get the outside. We're gonna get, we're gonna get a lot of answers. So I'm super excited to see what's coming. But yeah, this episode got wild. She had twin kids in about 24 hours.
Tommy and Billy.
And I'm super interested to see, because how fast do they age? because they're going through
I can't wait
through
to grown up.
decades. But
Yeah.
like, are they gonna be? Yeah, are they gonna go from toddlers to kids in the same freaking episode? You know, like it's possible. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be really fun.
Because in the Halloween episodes that we got clips of, I think they're able to walk around and doing things and stuff like that. So I think we're gonna get some twin shit definitely during this season, and I think they're going to fuck shit up. If they're being accurate.
Yeah, and I'm so excited. I really am, and because also I loved that she brought up Pietro and Quicksilver.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
And I think I really do think that there's a possibility of us seeing Aaron Taylor Johnson come back.
I don't put it past.
And I think that would be because it is one of those things. You ended up seeing Tenet, but out of nowhere he shows up in Tenet, and you're like, the hell? He wasn't even. I never heard he was cast in this.
Right.
So like, they can keep secrets all they want. You know, the
hardest accent ever.
Yeah. And I think that would be awesome. Because I liked his character. It was one of those things. He was the easiest to kill off in Age of Ultron, and Joss Whedon always said, if he got the next Avengers movie, he'd kill somebody off. And so they're like, let's just do the one that we just introduced. That's not as cool. But I think he is pretty awesome, and we didn't get a lot of him. So if she actually brings him back to life as well, would be really cool to see.
Wild.
So
that'd be wild and great. You didn't see that coming? No, I did not.
That'd be a great callback.
That would be a very good callback. Little cheesy, but it's in.
I mean, because it could be a thing of, if Hawkeye, he could show up in the Hawkeye series. He's like, hey man, didn't see that coming, and he's like, what the hell? Like, you died, man. Cool.
That would be a great thing though, because their little bond throughout it, and then that person saw it. That would be a really great tie-in. Another quick little side note: do we think Monica has her powers right now?
No, I don't think so.
We don't think she's just a sword agent, right?
I think she's a sword agent. And I think by the end of this series, she's gonna have some powers.
Or she's gonna get them in Captain Marvel.
I think Wanda's going to do something and give her powers. She might not necessarily know about them until Captain Marvel 2, but I think Wanda, in the sense of the reverse House of M that I'm hoping we get, I think Wanda's gonna say, instead of like Tyrogen Mist for Inhumans that we'll see in Miss Marvel, I think Wanda's gonna do a thing where she's like, hey, the power of the Mind Stone, I'm going to send that off, and everyone that's like me and my brother that would have got powers now has powers. And and I think Monica Rambeau will become who she is, and get those powers. And I don't think she's necessarily a mutant in the comics, but
that's how we get the X-Men.
I think that's the thing, because in the comics in House of M she says no more mutants, and I think in this one she's going to say something along the lines of bringing in more.
Right.
So
let there be mutants.
Yeah.
Let there be freaks everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shit. That would be amazing.
I typed out a tweet. I should have saved it, but like I kind of like got myself hyped even more because I wrote out like a fake script in just one tweet of like what could be the final scene of the series. And
well, they said that the end of the series is going to literally change the way we can see the MCU.
Yeah.
Like going forward, which also is hype. Like y'all are hyping this shit up so fucking much.
Oh my god, man! It's
so damn crazy. It, man.
But like my dream scenario is like at the very end, she's losing her shit. She's out of control. Everybody's scared of her. Everybody's trying to kill her, and they're like, she's a freak. She's the only one like this, and she kind of is like, oh, like y'all think I'm bad, or like y'all think I'm by myself. She's like, if a lot more people got what I got, who's really going to be attacking who, kind of thing. And I think she's going to be like, the only thing worse than me is more mutants, and like, boom, send a bunch of shit off. So I really, really am excited for what's to come. But also I think we're going to get the sword storyline now. So and also we have Jimmy Woo in there, who's comedic, and I think he's gonna be like, we don't know what the hell's going on, but here's what we got so far, and I think we'll
magic tricks.
Yeah. and I'm excited as hell for this week's episode. This is the most excited I've been so far. So
isn't what's her name in this? Or am I mixing up? Kat Dennings. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
I've heard some things. I'm not going to say it because it's not confirmed or anything. But somebody, here's what I will say is I think that she is the one watching the first episode at the very end of episode 1. I think that's her hand that's writing notes in that sword.
Why? What attachment does she have to any of that from the Thor movie? Like, I don't see how. I don't know.
Well, sword is supposed to be intergalactic stuff. And, made it. And so Natalie Portman probably said no. And so they're like, let's bring Kat Dennings in here. She's a lot cheaper. We can bring her in. And I think they have some things for her to be a sword agent for the rest of the time. Because she's cheap as shit. I bet.
As long as she's like the desk person that's like in the back and says something witty every once in a while that says something. Yeah. She's the main thing because she's.
I don't think she's gonna be anything main here. I mean, it's kind of hard to overshadow Wanda and Vision in this, and you really, really see that in this episode, especially because, I mean, Elizabeth Olsen, man, like, if she wasn't on the radar for being one of the best actresses working, a lot of people still today look at it and go, okay, comic book stuff, like they're like it's not something to really look at, but. The range,
emotion, in comic movies.
I mean, this series is going to show that she could be, in a like a Split movie. Did you ever see Split?
Yeah, come on, absolutely.
Okay, thank God. Like she could do that easily, and so and I love that for her because she's phenomenal. So I can't wait to see what's coming.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we can talk about this shit all night.
We got every week, man.
Right. We're not gonna keep you that long. Plus, there's other episodes. We'll get to that. So the nerdum is not over. Stick around. And for those of you still sticking around, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button, hit those comments, let us know what you think about WandaVision episode 3. What was your favorite parts? What was your standout? What other little Easter eggs do you have that we might have missed or not talked about? Let us know in the comment section below. Oh, real quick, that fucking snapback.
God, man.
I was like, wait.
Everybody up.
Wait, what? I was like, oh. Like everybody, every reaction I've seen, everybody thought like their Disney Plus fucked up.
Exactly.
Like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's exactly what I thought.
Vision started questioning shit. I was like, oh, he's becoming. Oh, wait, whoa, and then cut. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah, that was fun.
And it's one of those things. Like the first one got me, but now I'm going to be ready for them later on. And but the thing is, I've had my Disney Plus do exactly that. In a Mandalorian episode, and it skipped 30 fucking minutes ahead. So the panic that I had initially was like, oh my God, like what did I just miss? But I was pissed when it came to Mando. So thankfully it was an episode that didn't really matter, but anyway.
Right.
Got me.
All right. So, guys, on to our main topic of the evening, and this is where things can get a little heated.
No, this is I'm excited. Go ahead, introduce it.
Oh my God, brother! So we got the trailer for Godzilla versus Kong. Dear God, this trailer delivered on so many things. Like I didn't know what to. Like I was so just enthralled by the shit. I was so invested. I was just so taken back that any damn theory, any damn thought I had, any damn whatever immediately went out the window when I saw everything that was happening. Like, shit I've been saying since day one. I'm just like, wait, what? I'm so confused. What's going on? Why is Godzilla doing this? Who? What? Like, I got so taken back by everything because that trailer was just so awesome. And like, here's the thing. Let's just break it down without fully breaking it down.
Yeah.
This was a very, very
Kong-centric.
Very Kong-centric trailer.
Yeah.
Like, they made this motherfucker straight hero. Like,
yeah,
Kong all day. I'm like, first of all, gross. What are you doing? Second of all, they really built him up. Like, a lot of hero shots, a lot of whooping ass and all that, and it made me feel good at the same time because, like, oh yeah, that's not Godzilla. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm just like, got it. And then, because the minute the trailer dropped, and I said it in my reaction, when we first see Godzilla, and that motherfucker just blasts through a ship without any care, I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on, that's not what? Like, that's not Godzilla. Why the fuck what are we talking about here? And that's why I say I was just so into that trailer. Everything that I already knew and thought would just went out the window. I was like, oh shit, like what? But boy, did that shit look epic. That fight between all, oh my god, I just can't. But no Denai Guerrera, that threw me off.
Yeah.
We didn't see her at all. I'm like, wait, what?
I don't know what character she's gonna play, but I was expecting her for sure.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I was like, whoa, she's completely absent. They set up a lot of backstory. They gave us good story that Kong and Godzilla, their ancestors, it's been a war for fucking millennia.
Yeah.
And they are the last two standing, which I like. We're going to see another world. What's it called? The open...
Yeah, something...
Whatever shit. I forget. Forgive me. Put it in the comment section below. It's like the open world something where, you know, there's a plate on the ocean where it's so deep that they're right.
Yeah.
That the kaiju live and shit, which is dope. Very Pacific Rim-ish. Even though all this shit came first, but yeah. So what did you think, man? Talk to me, and then we'll get into our fight after because it's damn sure coming. So
this trailer was phenomenal. I mean, it really was. And I do have to preface this, even though I hate to immediately bring the negative in, but any movie can have a fantastic trailer, and you know, it can be a garbage movie, and it can. You know, I'm not a fan pretty much at all of King of the Monsters, and I was so excited for that movie.
That's so crazy to me.
But the thing is, this trailer, I'm either set up for massive disappointment, or it's going to deliver so much because I don't care about King of the Monsters anymore. I'm fucking hyped for this movie. I mean, what I love, and I was not expecting whatsoever, is all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, Kong, you remember Skull Island? That was 50 years ago in the timeline, and you know, you saw that movie. Now let's bring in a little bit of the King Kong storyline that we all kind of know. He's captured. They're bringing him back to America, or you know, wherever. There's one human that he's attached to, and this one happens to be a little girl instead of a woman. But I was like, holy shit! Like, I love Peter Jackson's King Kong. I mean, I love that film, and so I was like, oh my god, I love that they're bringing the kind of classic Kong storyline in a little bit. But then, the action in this, the fucking axe that he's gonna have, and the fact that he fucking it's not even that he has the axe, but it's the fact that he's quick enough and mindful enough to be able to block that shit and fucking I was like, oh good god.
Yeah, that last shot was
I mean, talk about a money shot.
And we're definitely getting the Mecha reveal right there, though.
And okay, so that's the thing that's interesting to me is I either could still be set up for massive disappointment another way, or they could try to do something different here. And that is, they're setting up this ancient war rivalry type of thing. But for those of you that don't know, it's fucking Mecha Godzilla. It's not the real Godzilla that he's fighting. it's not the opening shot, but it's the second shot. So not when the buildings are getting taken out, but when the people are running down the steps to the subway, it is quite obviously Mechagodzilla above them. And then there's a guy in front of some screens that literally have Mechagodzilla on the screen. So it's not the real Godzilla. And I do think that what you just said is highly possible, where when he hits him with that axe with the breath, it's going to wipe that skin off, and it's going to be fucking Mechagodzilla.
Din, 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 din. It's going to be the whole fucking Terminator half-face Godzilla
exactly. Shit. But what I will say that could be a massive disappointment to me.
Wait, hold on. Because I think I know where you're going, and I have a setup and questions for that in terms of all those stairs and stuff at the end. So just give like your general thought.
Oh no, I fucking love it. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, so is there anything else in the trailer like you want to be like, oh, call out, cool, anything?
I mean, that fucking shot of Godzilla shooting his breath through the water and Kong having to bail the fuck out is awesome. Like that, because it was that, and then it was that Rogue One shot where they back up super far and you just see it hit the fucking, space.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I hope they sit on that shot for a minute. Like, let me just see that scale of how powerful that breath is. Because that also brings in when he blocks it with that axe later on, how awesome that is. But yeah, that shot right there was another one that I was like, because we didn't get enough Godzilla in this. And I think it's because it's not the real one. So like, we're not supposed to feel for him. We're not supposed to get a lot of face shots. And so, yes, and I'm a Kong guy, so I loved it for what we got in the first place. But I miss some Godzilla. But yeah, no, the trailer's fucking phenomenal. It really is.
Yeah, already the scale, the shots set up for this shit, and that's only for what we've seen. Yeah, I can only imagine what other type of scope and shots we just get. I'm just like, oh my god,
the CG,
phenomenal,
unreal.
Just the first time you see them together when Godzilla starts climbing up on the shit.
Yeah. And that's all one shot?
Yes.
Oh my god, man. I was like,
what?
And like with that shot when it's like they don't hold it long enough. They'll hold it longer in the movie, but it starts at the axe and goes up and you see Godzilla in the background. And that looks so good. Yeah. And then that shot where it goes close on Kong and he's like ready to box and it kind of zooms in a little weird, but like the CG, man, like, because that's just one shot in a trailer. Like, that's a whole fight scene that is going to look like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, golly, it looks so good. But yeah, please tell me what you're thinking. So,
as much as we can sit here in awe over this trailer, and we damn sure can and will, there are thoughts that I do have about this trailer that come to mind, in which can turn out to the side of what you said of disappointment.
Okay.
Because this film is clearly marketing Godzilla versus Kong. But
it's not.
If you want this movie, which looks like it is, we are not getting Godzilla versus Kong. This is Mecha versus Kong. So that runs into the issue. Are we as fans being robbed essentially of what we initially are here for?
Yeah.
Because we're not getting that fight we're all here for. We're just not. Godzilla will show up, I'm guessing towards the end. Maybe later at latter of the second act into the third, he'll come back, they'll find him or whatever. And that may get one good fight because Kong may be confused and think that's Mecha still. And then Godzilla's got to show these hands and be like, bruh, back up. It's not who you think it is. All right? And then Mecha fucking comes out of nowhere. And I think the beginning shot of the trailer with Mecha is the end shit of the film where he's fully just all Mega in my glory.
Yeah.
And these two come together and just whoop wholesale ass.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you think that's going to hinder the film at all?
Yeah. I mean,
just say, was that where you're going with originally?
100%.
Okay.
And you know the shirt that you're wearing now, the movie he was introduced in, did something similar that I'm thinking they're doing here. You know, it's not what they marketed it as.
I was like, I'm not wearing a Godzilla shirt.
No, so you know it's and also they spoiled it in the trailer. Not as obviously, but they did. But you're completely right. I want, because here's the thing for me, Mecha Godzilla should fucking destroy Kong, like 100%.
Either one of them should.
You know, because just the mere fact of like Kong can't punch through metal, like the metal that they would use for him. Kong doesn't have fire breath that could melt it or something like the real Godzilla versus Mecha could, you know, things like that. And so, but yes, I'm frustrated if that's going to be, if what we're obviously expecting the film to be, it would be Kong is fighting Mecha, doesn't know it, and it eventually is Kong versus real Godzilla versus Mecha, and they fuck them up, and they team up. But here's my question, and this is what I was going to say that could save this, but I will admit, looking at kind of the timeline, it might not work for what we're thinking. But the shot that we see of Mecha at the beginning, it's daytime, the sun's still up, and he's obviously Mecha. Right. So unless the axe scene, which is at night, and they continue to fight into the morning.
Oh, I'm sure they have in like every Godzilla movie.
Yeah, correct. But what I was wondering is, what if first act is Kong versus Mecha, doesn't know it. Godzilla gets broken out. It's Kong, Godzilla versus Mecha. They kill him. Third act, Godzilla versus Kong.
I think that'd be
good. But it would be what we want. It would be the movie that they told us that we would get.
Yeah, but that's the risk of good storytelling. Like that's just all over the place now at that point. I'm like,
well, it's already going all over the place. Even if they do it what we're expecting.
Well, that's not all over the place. That's just a disappointment. At least there's like a through line of it. It's like, okay,
it's like a false fake out.
I mean, yeah, but talk about narrative wise, not how it's going to impact us. Like, it's still, if you were to do what you said, it's going to be all over. It's like, wait, huh? Like, it's going to be too much. Like, even though the story that they're going for is will be disappointing, but at least there's a through line to it. Like, it's consistent and like going up. Here, we'd be like, oh, well, I'm like, wait, it's too much.
Because my point is, the reason why this still feels all over the place, if they follow what we think they're going to do, is there's no fucking reason whatsoever to bring up this ancient war, because we're not getting them fighting.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to happen before it. I think that's why I say Godzilla's going to come back. He's going to run into Kong. There's going to be some kind of confusion there, and we're going to get that fight. And then whoever is down or whatever, Mecha Godzilla's going to fucking come, and it's like, oh well, shit. My bad, B. I didn't know that.
And see, so that's the thing is, I don't like that because it's quite obvious, at least for me, if they're going to do, they don't hurt any of the fans' feelings, which is what they feel like they're going to do. Kong is going to, you know, we kind of already see somewhat, but it looks like Kong might really fuck up Mecha until he gets in the water at that initial fight, and then he'll fuck him up with the axe. But then if Godzilla, the real Godzilla and Kong meet up, the real Godzilla is gonna fuck up Kong for storyline stuff, because hey, we need y'all to fight, but I don't think, like, it's not gonna be an even thing. It's gonna be like, okay, Kong, we let you fuck up Mecha, now let's let the real Godzilla come in, destroy you, and it's like, and then y'all can team up and kill him. And it's like, right. No, I want there to be a clear winner here. That was kind of the whole point of the title. Is like, because
well, that would be a clear winner. Godzilla come up. I'm like, hey,
well, no, and so that's the thing is, because what's Godzilla been doing? He's just sitting there resting while Kong tires himself out with Mecha all day. You know, so it's like,
I think he's being held captive, or something happened to him.
Yeah.
I think whatever they used for Ghidorah's head. So I think because, I don't know, Ghidorah's playing a part in this bitch. That I
think they take his brain out and put him in.
And that's why he's going on Rampage, Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, to talk to your point, yeah, I think this could definitely hinder this even more than BVS for me, because at the end of the day, at least I could say they added Dawn of Justice to like say, hey man, final act of this movie is not going to end with them fighting, you know, like, right. And so that I can at least say, okay, you know, that was a disappointment for me anyway, but still they kind of said, hey, we're trying to give you all the, you know, we ruined the name of this movie to tell you guys to get your expectations right. And right. And with this one, it's not that, you know, like, even though
we still had a clear winner in that though, which was great. At least they said
sure. But it's just having a third party involved before. It's, you know, it's not an even matchup. So I don't know. That's the thing. It's going to be interesting for sure. Yeah. But this is what's so awesome to me is like they did it in Skull Island, but I kept saying like Kong's got thumbs, and like so that means he can grab shit and use it. And it's like I didn't know, like in Skull Island he grabs a tree and fucking trims it and starts beating the shit out of things. And I'm like, cool. Like I expected that.
Why are we acting like Godzilla doesn't have thumbs? The man can open shit up and grab shit. Why are we acting like this man doesn't have hands?
He's got 4. He can't sit there and go, let me just fucking swing batter on this.
He's grabbing shit in other movies. Why y'all assaulting this man?
Godzilla does not have the hands that could wrap around Kong's neck and choke him out.
He just doesn't. You got this long ass.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing is Kong would also use his long ass arms. But still, I did not expect them to legitimately go like. I thought they would say Kong can make weapons. I didn't know they were going to say like Kong's going to grab an ancient axe.
Yeah,
but I was like, I'm like, this is awesome. Like, because that's the thing, Kong should not beat Godzilla with the power base, but the axe evens it out. And so I'm like, let's fucking go.
Little pussy boy, these little axe to fight. It's all right. It's okay, baby.
What?
You tried. Cute. It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen,
okay, sure.
Boys and his little ancient history needs a weapon to square up with us one-on-one. Heard you, son.
This is called evolution. Right. This is why we're not ruled by lions, tigers, bears, and crocodiles. It's because we have fucking thumbs and we make shit that kills things bigger than us. That's called evolution.
And that's some weak ass evolution. That we weak because we can build something to kill something that's greater than us.
That is literally evolution. That's why we were losing elephants, bison, fucking, all that mammoths. We don't have mammoths because we killed them.
Man, Kong ain't ready for this. That's why he needs.
Quite obviously is. He's got a fucking axe built, ready to go.
Right. He needs an axe. He can't just step up to us like, "What's up, bruh? Space and opportunity." He needs an axe.
That's the thing is, I look at the reason why I'm a Kong guy is because I connect with him more because he's closer to a human, and so it's the point of like the giant thing from the first Godzilla is fighting him. The mama one is fighting him, and she's just like fighting because she's supposed to fight. And then Godzilla's like, she's putting her mouth right in front of me. Let me just bust her the fuck open. Whereas Kong is like, he actually has more brain power than the other ones. He's not just an insect. Obviously Mothra has more brain power than everyone, but like, he's not just a dragonfly monster. He's an ape that has a brain that fucking works. And so it's like, it's just cool to me to see like
Dora and so all the listen. If we talked about this too. If we want to talk about comparison, Kong ain't ready for this. Because listen, let's roll the tape here.
Go ahead.
Let's roll the tape here. Godzilla. All right. He fucked up Mutos. And then in King of Monsters, he fucked up about 3 sets of God tier monsters.
Sure. With the help of Mothra, but yes.
At the end, yes, she helped him out. But
the whole nuclear thing is completely thanks to her, but yes, continue.
Yeah, she just awakened what's inside of him. It's okay. She helped. You got it. You're right.
Sure.
You're right.
Sure. Which he no longer can do, but sure, continue.
Right. So we don't know what's going to happen from that. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know what incredibly special abilities Kong could possibly have, like fucking sprouting wings and shooting shit out of his ass at high speeds.
That's weird. It does. But
it's hilarious.
Right, that would be hilarious. Big old Bucky ass shooting shit. Like, what the fuck is
What if he
happening?
just start throwing his shit and monkeys do it?
Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah, that would, I'm
Just
like,
taking
damn.
buildings
Jake.
out with shield. Okay, shit.
Right.
Let's go, man. Okay.
Yeah, so point is the experiences there of fighting things on that caliber, and he's taken a lot worse than a little hairy ass fist punch from from King Kong. When Kong has fought nothing but some ugly ass little turd serpent shits.
Well, no, so this is what makes no sense to me is I don't know why you look at us seeing Kong Skull Island, which is 50 years ago, and then we get 2 movies with Godzilla within 10 years of each other, actually 7 years of each other. We don't know what Kong's been doing. I mean,
Show me.
Correct. That's why you see him in the trailer grabbing these giant fucking dragonfly monsters and swinging them.
Dragonflies. It's not a big ass god monster that can still punch you in your mouth and do all type of stuff. It's just little things.
Also, I don't understand. We'll find out, but what it tells me, if there was an ancient war between what Kong is and what Godzilla is, where was Godzilla at the beginning of his movie, which is 50 years after Skull Island? He's dormant, sleeping, hibernating. What's Kong doing? He's awake, chilling, because he probably fucking won. And Godzilla's having to take a break, a 50-year gap of a break.
They haven't met yet. They're the last of their kind. Their ancestors fought. They ain't met
Right,
yet.
that's what I mean. Is Godzilla had to be born in dormancy, chilling, whereas Kong is being born. He's literally like he got birthed on Earth.
He hasn't been born in dormancy. He's been born. He did his thing, left. That's how they found out the motherfucker was there, and then he went dormant. He was like, I'm good. I'm chilling.
So it's interesting to me to see what they're gonna do there because no, I mean now that Kong has an axe, I don't see what's stopping him from fucking just slinging that thing and just slicing his goddamn head off. It'd be fucking hilarious if they just let him do it.
Godzilla, we ain't no bitch, and we don't take hits like that.
But
Y'all
that's
get
the
killed by bullets. We don't.
That's what I like about that. We don't get killed by bullets. What are you talking about? Did you see Skull Island?
I'm gonna say that's new as Kong. Yeah, I'm just talking.
But that's what I also like is like if they're going to let the axe hurt Godzilla, it makes sense because it's made from him.
Yeah, it's his fin. One of his fin.
So I'm like, so that's where it's like I love that, because I'm an evolution guy. So I'm like, I love that this guy's like, hey, we've got magic monsters over here that fucking shoot fire. Let me take a piece of them, use it against them, and just slang this shit until I slice his head off. And I'm like, that's awesome. So, but I also will admit, if that's Mechagodzilla that he uses the axe on, there's a massive possibility that that's when the skin comes off, but also it busts the axe. Yeah, because it's metal. So interesting.
No, hell no, motherfucker.
But this argument right here is why if they don't actually fight and there's a clear winner, and it's not, in the middle of the movie, I'm gonna be disappointed if it's in the middle of the movie when it's Kong is already, Kong was captured, he was knocked out, he gets surprised by this attack from not the real Godzilla, has to fight, comes back, and the real one shows up and he's like, oh shit, it's this guy again. And then he gets his ass beat because he's exhausted. And then the real one shows back up that's probably got reinforcements from the first fight. And he's like, God damn, go ahead, man. Like, I need a goddamn break. So like, I want it to be a fair fight because that's what I thought the movie was. And, could it still be awesome? Either way. Yes. 100%.
I'm sure it will.
But that's the thing is I'm not, because King of the Monsters is fucking garbage. I mean, it's just the thing is, of course, I had people on my reaction comment, and they're like, as soon as you said King of the Monsters was bad, I stopped watching, and I'm like, great, I don't even fucking want you here. But because the thing is, like, I saw King of the Monsters with 7 people, and we all walked out of the theater and was like, I wish I'd stayed home. Like, every single one of us.
All of you must have taken crack or LSD before the movie.
We definitely would have had more fun if we had taken that with that colorful ass crazy movie. But
oh my god, Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't like I really like Godzilla, the first one, and they were saving him, till the end, whatever. But like the story was good. Skull Island is just okay. It's actually not a good movie at all. And then I thought King of the Monsters was bad, and so this movie is like it's got a lot to live up to. And so it is that thing of if they're gonna play it safe, whatever, do it well. But like, I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But what I will admit is what I've seen with Kong, because this first trailer definitely Kong centric, pointing out his story. I like what they're doing for his storyline. It's bringing some of the old stuff. It's adding new shit I've never heard of. It, with this ancient war, it's all that kind of like, I dig all of that.
They have to, because we know Godzilla already at this point. They have to.
That's exactly right. So it's like this had to show why Kong can actually fight Godzilla, because they should have not named that movie King of the Monsters, because all you gotta do is go like, oh, should I watch that? And they're like, oh, it's called King of the Monsters. I'm not gonna watch either of these. They're like, so it's like
monsters.
Yeah, and so that's the thing is like because also King Kong is a fucking name that this guy's always been called. So it's just on the one little island. Yes. So that I also liked when she was like, Kong bows to no one, and I was like, that's fucking.
That was a cool line, but he will.
And so so that's the thing is, I'm perfectly fine with Kong getting killed at the end of this movie.
Oh shit.
Perfectly fine. If you're going to give me a legitimate answer of who's going to win, and because that's the thing is, for me, Kong would not bow to anyone. He will die fighting, and I would be fucking down for that. Like I'd be proud. I would go for that. And I saw
lay down.
And I saw someone say, well, what if he sacrifices himself to take out Mecha? No,
that'd be so stupid.
I'm like, no. The point is, fucking let them fight.
Yes.
Godzilla
put his hand down that monkey's throat and rip his fucking heart out, and then blow it up. And then
he can't even reach his heart with his little ass arms.
They gave him longer arms. Did you see that? Like, he has long arms.
I know. Yeah, it's weird what happens in a couple years.
He's growing. And now, okay. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Godzilla, the real one, when he pops up, this motherfucker better come up, be true to size how he is, and be looking down on this motherfucker like he truly should be.
Okay.
It's massive, because what they have in these trailers for Mecha is small as shit. They shrunk him down, and it pisses me off.
I was gonna ask you about that too, because even just Kong in different shots of this trailer,
it's small as fuck.
Well, no, the scaling is off for me. Like, he's standing as he's taller than a building later in the episode, but then he's sitting crisscross applesauce, and this little girl walks up, and his fingernail is bigger than her by a lot, but it's still, that doesn't extrapolate out for me. Like,
at all.
She should be a speck. Like, in the first Godzilla movie, you see Aaron Taylor Johnson's looking into Godzilla's eye. Right. And I mean, it's big. His eye is taller than him by a lot. And so I saw somebody else say, oh, well, after King of the Monsters, somebody's going to do something and they're going to shrink Godzilla. No. Fucking either make Kong the same size or don't do this. Like, so I will say, I'm kind of expecting the scaling to kind of just go up and down. Like, I mean, because
that's not consistent. That's why I hate that.
Well, no, but it's happened in the other two movies. Like, Gareth Edwards specifically came out and was like, man, I fucked up the scaling so much going back and forth in the first movie. Like, he was like, it's just tough to keep it, to scale when you're trying to show them destroy stuff, and it's like, okay, I get it, but like, I don't know. So I'm definitely interested to see, because I agree, like, with what we've seen of Godzilla, the whole thing. Like, I remember that first poster, is you see him standing and like the skyscrapers are like not even like they're like half of him.
Right.
And you know, I don't think that they should be able to fight on a you know, aircraft carrier. I think they should be bigger than that. So it's a little weird, but also it's a thing of why make Mecha Godzilla small? Like, sounds like you're trying to lose here.
Right.
When Ghidorah was, I mean, so I don't know. It's you're completely. This is where, you know, I hate to name drop it, but this is the first thing I think of. Is like in a Fast and Furious movie, like they're gonna take the logic out and say, let's have fun. Hopefully, people don't give a fuck, and I will. That's
deliberate. We're meant to not give a fuck. With Godzilla and Kong, like, bitch, you set this shit up. This is canon.
I agree.
And like, even if like a director, like, oh, I just fucked up the scale of everyone, so it's hard. Like on paper layout, like they describe, okay, Godzilla in this movie is this big, and then they explain and King of Monsters, he gets bigger now. He's the biggest he's ever been. Yeah. Don't shrink this motherfucker now just to appease this motherfucker. No.
Right. No, I agree.
Me in all my glory. I'm this big. What up? You got some growing to do, son.
Yeah. So that's exactly how I feel.
Like, make Kong grow up, or I don't know, but do not shrink Godzilla down.
Right.
I think that'll be funny though. Like if Mechagodzilla was strictly made by them to take out Kong, or just any other threat that there is, and just rule civilization, and then the real Godzilla comes out, and this motherfucker's like, dude, what?
that doesn't make any sense for the movie, but it does.
It's hilarious.
It will be hilarious.
Really. I'd love it. I'm like,
because the thing about it is, if they actually do that, because I will admit, looking at this trailer, they don't look big enough. At all. They really don't.
This building's tall. I'm like, what?
And so, I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, either they fuck it up, or you're exactly right. He should be bigger. But the thing is, that's so unnecessary because there's a 50-year gap. So it's so easy to say, hey, Kong fucking grew massively. I mean, massively. And that's perfectly fine. You know, get him to scale and get them going. And so if they, that's why it's like, I'm so scared too at the same time. Because this trailer, best trailer in a long time. Yeah. And especially with COVID stuff, I mean, I was dying for a great trailer. Better than any Wonder Woman trailer we got. You know, I mean, more exciting than anything we've seen in the Black Widow trailers. You know, it was money. Yeah. And so if this movie comes out and it's disappointing, I'm going to be really sad. But if I'm going off marketing, I'm excited as hell. I mean, I really am. I'm down.
Facts. Give us the real fucking Godzilla in size, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Signed, John. But yeah, so that's, oh man, I'm just so fucking excited. But
yeah,
that's the trailer in a nutshell. That's our thoughts on it. Hashtag Team Godzilla. And we have what, March?
Yeah, literally 2 months.
Yeah.
I think to the day.
I'm gonna figure it out because I'm not watching that bitch at home. So either I'm traveling somewhere that has a fucking theater, or oh my god, I fucking refuse. Like, if there's ever a film to give this to in terms of streaming, like, get a good look at it.
Yeah.
It's Godzilla vs. Kong. The fact that you're even trying to put that on a TV screen is blasphemous, and every single one of you deserves to get punched in your mouth and kicked in the side of the head with a bare fucking toe. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I just purely refuse. So I will find a way.
What is the closest to you that's open?
Nothing.
I mean, like closest state.
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
I did see somebody. It honestly scared the shit out of me. But I saw someone. This was a while back. But somebody was like, "Hey, can you imagine if Endgame was supposed to come out in 2020, and like all these delays started happening, and like, can you imagine the absolute terror that we would all have during this time of like uncertainty, and like we might have to watch that at home, like."
I would have been late to the party.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it would have been absolutely insane. So I'm thankful we got that movie. when we got it.
Right.
Because like if there's a movie that's going to get delayed for a while, I'm perfectly fine with it being Black Widow, I think. You know, I'm excited for that movie.
I'm fine with any movie being delayed as long as it's in a fucking theater. I'm fine with anything.
Right,
I can wait.
Which there is a rumor came out today that they might be going half and half to let it come out in May. And I'm like, oh, fuck. But
I don't know. Even though that now that AMC just saved itself from bankruptcy, so figure this shit out, make it work, and start opening bitches up and start making your money back with safety, shit implemented.
Correct.
But all right, well,
hell of a show.
I think right. I think that's a good spot to wrap it up. I would like to thank really good show. Thank you all for joining us. Those of you watching on playback, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, keep the conversation going. Anything else you'd like to talk about, please do so in the comment sections below. And again, if you like what you saw, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. You won't be disappointed. It's not an empty subscription, and we got a hell of a ride for you. So make sure you do that and hit that notification bell to be reminded whenever a video is popping up on the channel. And hit that thumbs up, because it also helps the channel out a lot. So you have a lot to contribute to this channel, and this channel is essentially being a success. So let's do it together. All right, let's do it together. All right. So, Sir Logan, do you have anything popping up you wanna pimp out to the masses?
I mean, hey y'all, if you've watched all the way here and for some reason you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna subscribe to these guys, fucking WandaVision episode 4 is coming, and like next week is gonna be the week to. I think this is gonna be a fun one next week, just strictly talking about that. So definitely stick around. You can hit up my channel, but definitely stick around right here if you watched to this point, because I think you're about us. I think you're interested. And also, please tell us in the comments what team you are, Kong or Godzilla. Please, I'm super interested.
Kong is being banned from the channel.
There you go. Come over to Logan Swish. But no, I'm definitely interested because it's weirdly enough, everything I've seen on Twitter and stuff has been really close to 50-50. I wasn't expecting that. I thought that everyone would be Godzilla.
I've seen majority Godzilla.
And
I've seen a few times.
And yeah, so I mean, it's interesting for sure, but definitely, guys, stick around. I think we're having fun over here. And also, when is the day that your live stream is up?
February 26th.
So we get live shows before Godzilla vs. Kong where we can really see what the teams are looking like in the chat. It'll be fun, man. Fun as hell.
Forgot about that. Yes, we're going to be doing live stuff. We're going to have you guys joining in on the show, asking questions, chilling out for a few minutes with us. We're going to have guests. It's going to be opening up to so much more once we go live, and I am excited. So, stick around. Be a part of that. Let's grow our community. Let's do this. I believe we can do it. You just have to subscribe. Because, guys, listen, I'm going to branch out. 95%. I did analytics on my channel.
No.
95%. That's almost 100. That's almost damn near all.
Yeah.
That watch are not subscribed. Guys, one, that hurts my feelings. That just makes me think I ain't shit. And second, guys, come on now. If you could watch, you can subscribe. If you like, you can subscribe. If you like uniqueness, quality, and talent, you can subscribe. And if you want a community that's gonna love you while dog on you at the same time, out of love, it's like a family. Subscribe. Be a part of the Crime Fighting Nation, guys, and it's just gonna be awesome. We'd love to have you. All right, Crime Fighters, thank you again for joining us on this episode of the Film Cave. It's been awesome. We will see you next week for episode number 9. Hopefully my oldness is not
no idea
on that. Join us next week, every Wednesday. We hope to see you. Until then, it's your boy Knight.
And I'm Logan.
And we'll see y'all in the cave. Peace.
Later, guys.